All right, on this episode of Bare Knuckle Bowker, we have a bit of a situation where the hurricane has slightly shifted a bit of a weather alert, as it were. Ike Villanueva will now be taking on Kamil Sokolowski in Wolverhampton at BYB 33, and the Bare Knuckle world going to be waiting with great anticipation for that fight. November 9th is when that goes down, and very much excited to have Ike Villanueva on Bare Knuckle Bowker to discuss that fight and cover some other topics as well. How are you doing, Ike? You having a solid day, man?
Yeah, man, doing a solid day, man. Little light training today for a Sunday, but hey, man, it's almost time, man. I'm excited to get to the UK, bro. To me and this bare knuckle world, man, UK is kind of like the mecca, man. That gypsy style boxing, they love it out there. So I just can't wait to go step my foot out there and really put on a show, man. Because I think I'm one of the best in the world in this bare knuckle, and I just got to go show it every fight. And I've been doing it so far, and I'm looking to bounce back this fight.
Yeah, and I mean, just even hearing you say that, it kind of, I guess, harkened back to some memories from even earlier in the year, like when BYB had announced that they acquired BKB, and you were such a big fixture in that press conference they did, where fighters kind of answered a variety of questions, and it really seemed like there was I guess, a tangible anticipation for you and excitement to get to fight in the UK, and that's really coming across right now. Like you seem quite excited to get out there and throw down.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Like I said, I've been in the fight game a long time, man. I follow all over the states, but really, you're in this fight game. You want to be known worldwide, man. That's like this ain't the regional scenes. This ain't like the UFC locals. You got to get out there and really make the most of your name, man. Really brand yourself. And no better way to do it than go do it in the UK, man. The UK, they sell out every show. And I just can't wait to get out there and really hear the crowd and my style of fighting. I think they're gonna love me out there. Uh, and it's just, man, they say there's no hurricanes in the UK, but I'm bringing one. I can't wait.
Yeah, you're dramatically altering the weather pattern there for sure, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it was crazy, man. I was looking forward to fighting Gary Slater, a young 25-year-old coming from the Hay Barrel League, a real cocky kid, and that's the kind of matchups that get you out of bed. You're like, man, okay, I'm the professor. You're the student, man. Class was about to be in session. I was really gonna lay it on that kid, and whew, good thing he pulled out. He evacuated real quick, man.
yeah, and I guess like the obvious question would be, I guess, just relative to what you might know, like why did this fight with Gary Slater not end up, panning out? Like you said he had to withdraw. Like what, I guess, transpired there with that?
Man, I pull up to training at 6 in the morning on a Friday at the gym, and I get a message from my matchmaker, Mel Venezuela. It's 5 in the morning where he's at in LA. We're on a little difference. He's like, dude, he goes, it's too fucking early in the morning to argue about it. He goes, we will find you a replacement. He goes, Gary Slater pulled out. Then I talked to Mr. Jim Freeman. He sent me a message right away that sure enough, Gary Slater, he's like, man, he has the middle issues, man. The middle game, man. But I don't know, man. Was it middle? Was it personal issues? We don't know, man. He just gave me his apology why he had to pull out. He couldn't focus on the fight. And man, I appreciate him at least, not waiting to the last minute when I'm over there to pull out. At least pull out 2 weeks in advance. Let me get a replacement opponent, man, because you ain't stopping this hurricane. I'm coming to put a show on in November 9th. So all respect to Gary Slater. He wants to run it back later on. But man, like I said, I'm a train. Man, you had your opportunity. It's time to move on because I'm chasing age, but I got a lot of fight left in me, and I got goals that I want to do, and I got some belts to collect, and I got another belt I got to recollect.
Yeah, it's kind of the phrasing's kind of interesting there. Like, what are some belts that you have yet to collect that you're looking at? Like, I got the reference there with wanting to get that BYB championship back as you were previously the heavyweight champion. Like, are
Yeah,
there some other belts that are really getting your attention, I suppose?
the one I want to attack, the one I'm going to attack is at 225. BYB just came up with the bridgerweight, which is a great weight class for me. I mean, I'm like 10, 12 pounds away. I'll walk around 235, 240. So I'm a natural small heavyweight. I'm used to cutting down to 205 when I was in UFC. That's a more disciplined lifestyle for me. Let me fight a heavyweight. I can still be disciplined, but I really miss like those weight cuts. Let me get down to 225. faster, stronger, leaner. I think I'll do a lot of damage at that weight. But my goal is take that bridgerweight title, then let me be the champion of that. Then match me up with Gustavo again and champion versus champion and make the most of this, man. Really, when it comes to me with BYB, man, like I tell these guys, I'm use me as a promotional guy, man. I'm the one that's gonna sell the show. You need some hype, you need some shit talking. I'm the man. So no better way than me and Gustavo to run it back. Gustavo don't talk much; he's real quiet, but I'll be the one to sell it, man. I got to go do work and make the most of it, and then go get my rematch back. But I want that 225 bridgeweight belt. Two guys are fighting on it November 9th. I'll let them battle it out. Then I'll be sure to call them out once I'm done fighting.
I was gonna say you're on the same wavelength that I'm on because you
Yeah,
mentioning the bridgerweight title specifically with
yeah,
Dan Podmore and Ryan Barrett getting ready to fight and whatnot on that card. It's curious because I mean, yeah, I think you kind of revealed it there almost. Like you seem squarely focused on your individual fight, but like there's a peripheral awareness of that fight, and if you get the outcome you're looking to get in your fight, you're going to be looking to take on the winner of that one there based on how you're kind of laying it out. It sounds like.
yeah, man. You really got to lay out a plan in this fight game, man. You can't just take it fight by fight. I'm a businessman. But like I said, man, when it comes to this fighting, this BYB, the Trigon is my house. It is a hurricane symbol. And like I said from day one, I am the landlord here. I had one hiccup, and I promise you that won't happen again. And like I said, man, thank you to everybody at BYB, man, for really trusting me and believing in my style of fighting. Because I'm telling you, when you see me fight in BYB, man, I'll take you to mind like the crowd of Biloxi, the town, the city of Biloxi. They love me like one of their own, man. Because every time I step in that Trigon, they know what they're going to get. And like I said, I can't wait to get back there and put on the show. If you give me to fight anywhere in the states, I'll go back to Biloxi only because man, those man country ass from the South people, they love that shit, man. I really, I really enjoy fighting there. But like I said, uh, my focus is getting overseas and putting on some shows, man. I think we got a show in Croatia coming up next year, so I'm really trying to be on the international scene moving forward.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you say that because literally just earlier today I was talking to Marco Martinyak,
Marco,
who represents
yeah,
Croatia really well. And
yeah,
yeah, it just seems like just such a no-brainer, I would say. Like there's so many great fighters out there. There's already like a great wealth of talent BYB already has, but even like the local Croatian fighters they could bring in and everything like that. I feel like Marco was really excited about it. He's like, oh yeah, you could easily have like thousands upon thousands of fans. Like we could really make big waves over there. So that's cool that you're also kind of having a bit of a, I guess, desire to want to fight in Croatia at some
yeah,
point yourself there.
yeah, man. Just like I said, you got to be a businessman. A lot of guys will cry about it. Me traveling to fight, man. It's part of the business, but part of the fight game. Get out, man. Get out your own comfort zone. A lot of guys don't like to do that, man. Well, hey, if you don't take help the company grow, man, you're gonna be left behind. That's one part about me. You look how active I am in this BYB fight game. There's no breaks. I mean, this is my fifth fight in less than probably going on a year. So like I take care of my body well, I heal up quick, and I take care of myself. I'm not like these young guys that are coming to fight and get fucked up on alcohol every goddamn weekend. I'm too old for that shit, man. I'm here to fight, put on a show, and let everybody know who the Hurricane is. But like I said, can you imagine the crowd of Croatia? Like I mean, I'm a big soccer fan, and like I see how they go crazy during these soccer matches, rugby matches. I just want to feel that environment, man. The crowd screaming "Ole, Ole!" Man, and just witness one of my knockouts. Man, I can't wait, bro. I love that shit.
Yeah, so cool, man. And I mean, you're kind of touching on some interesting facets there. Like, I mean, like I guess to the point of some of these younger fighters who are kind of out here, just like you said, abusing their bodies with whatever substances they might prefer on the weekends. I mean, you strike me as a guy who's just like really always locked in, like a ardent family man, always putting in that work for your kids. So I imagine that pays dividends in a lot of aspects of your life, just even to serve the idea of like staying grounded and consistent because I mean your body of work so far already in BYB definitely speaks for itself. I mean, like you said, not even just the rate of activity, but I mean, fight of the night accolades, you were the champion and you're on this great path here and looking at other divisions as well as the heavyweight belt again. So yeah, I love to see it, man.
Yeah, man. It's one of the main reasons why I'm here at BYB. If you look at BKFC, man, you go to BKFC, man. I had the opportunity, and but with BYB was pricey, man. With Greg Bloom, Mike Vasquez, Melvin's one of the matchmaker, man. Don, these guys, man, we're family here, man, and they keep me active. they don't keep you on the shelves. A lot of those guys that BKFC, man. I know a lot of fighters that stuck in contracts that really can't get their opportunity. Look at Chris Camozzi. Chris Camozzi got his second fight, but his second fight, how long? He was begging to fight, man. He got tired of waiting. Good thing he became the champion, but man, like you imagine, like you're a fighter, but goddamn, you can't fight twice a year, at least 3 to 4 times a year if you want to be a fighter, man. But don't leave these guys on the shelves. Some guys fight once a year, and they're basing everything off how many Instagram likes you can get. I mean, I understand the business you got to promote, but not all guys do that, man. But I know it because from the UFC days, I got to do it. Quiet mouths don't get fed, but damn, man, don't keep these guys on the shelves that long.
Yeah, that's like a common grievance that I have heard because you'll see a fighter put on like a spectacular performance and then you don't see them for quite a while. Like even in doing some interviews with different fighters, it's like I feel like a question that all too often comes up in my prep is something kind of related to like, oh yeah, you've been gone for about a year or so. Like how does it feel to be back? It just seems like more common than it should be, I guess. Like that should be like an anomaly almost like being away that long when you're like actively healthy and looking to fight.
Yeah, I mean, they're not happy, man. It sucks because damn, like you look at the Spain card, they had a great Spain card. The last three fights were good. Then you look at everybody else was debuters. I mean, you're like, shit. I was trying to break down who was who, but they're all debut fighters. I'm like, shit. I mean, that's kind of crazy because you got a full roster. You would have think that card would have been like BKFC Mania when they did it in LA, which kind of backfired on them because they lost their best fighter going to California, man. That was crazy. You lose a guy like Lorenzo, I mean, they should have opened their eyes before they went out there because that commission is tough. So yeah, man, it's crazy. But my buddy Austin Trout, my teammate down here at Main Street, he's a champion for BKFC. So man, it's all respect. There's no love hate with them. But I just don't like how they get, how they treat their other fighters that are not there yet. I mean, but you got to build them. He says he wants to build homegrown talent, but keep them busy, man. I'm gonna speak for those fighters too because I'm one of them. That's keep fighters busy. They're active, keep them busy.
Yeah, exactly. And neither of us are saying it in any kind of negative way to a particular promotion. It's just calling it for what it is. And like you said, we both understand I guess, the business components behind why some of that is being done. But yeah, at the same time, it would be good to see some of these guys get out there a bit more. But yeah, I guess I'm curious because you mentioned Main Street Boxing. I mean, what do you think it is? Is there something in the room that you can specifically point to? Because obviously the individual pedigrees of guys like yourself, Austin Trout, etc., like so many champions and just have had successes in multiple combat sports. So, I mean, the individual accolades speak to probably why you guys are doing great. But is there something in, I guess, the collective dynamics there or how the gym is curated, how you guys interact, how you guys even perceive the sport of bare knuckle? Like, what is it with Main Street Boxing that has made it, I guess, this more prominent name within bare knuckle? Because obviously, like some great names coming out of that space in the sport.
We call it the House of Pain, man. You really come to Main Street and you walk upstairs, you get that Rocky feel. When Apollo Creed took Rocky to L.A. That's the kind of thing he gets, man. It's just hot. It's just a blue collar working man's boxing gym. Like you ain't gonna find that little nice AC. You want that? You go with the private clients downstairs, but you come upstairs in that doghouse. It's just hot, man. But you got a lot of dogs in there. And everybody got that fire, man. I of the tiger, man. Everybody got that fire. They want to make something of themselves. And we're all a big team, man. We all feed off each other. Like I said, Austin got some great ideas. He'll shoot them on to me. He tells me, when I'm older than Austin, but he still gives me advice. Even though with my UFC days, I'll give him some dirty boxing advice. And it's just vice versa, man. Everybody there, Coach Cruz Perez, Bobby Benton, Aaron Navarro, man, Coach Dwight, Coach Isaac, Jesse, man, everybody there, man. It's just everybody's there wants everybody to grow, everybody to dominate, man. And I think we got another guy coming up, Regis Proages. He just fought in England yesterday, and so he's making this. He says he wants to come over to BKFC. So, hey, man, let's keep on building the roster, man. Build it up. Let's go.
Yeah, I love that. It's just a great thing to see, and it seems like you guys have like a good rapport with each other, like even beyond it being, I guess, just because it could you could easily have one of those places like where you guys are like established names, and maybe you want to spring on the AC, maybe you want to have that kind of going, but you guys have this grounded, just kind of like gritty determination kind of aspect to it almost like, and it just seems like there's like great vibes amongst each of you guys. Like it seems like there's like a real communal just supporting each other dynamic. Like you were talking about the, I guess, familial communal aspects of BYB itself, but it seems like your gym space even has that kind of like supportive framework also.
Yeah, all around, man. Like I said, uh, Bobby Benton and Bob Perez, man, they got a great gym at Main Street Boxing. It's in downtown Houston, so everybody commutes downtown. So just that drive to get to the gym and ready to do work is just mind-boggling, man. Because you go down there, you're already locked in and focused. As soon as I step in that gym, I got to work, and everybody's gonna bring out the best. If you come out, you half-assed it, they're gonna call you out, man. And Bobby Benton's OG, man. He cornered his first heavyweight title fight at 18. Oh man, like Big Lou Savarese, who's a legend in the boxing game. He started this Main Street stuff, man, back in the '80s. So, and right there, these guys just took over and followed the pedigree to the T, man. So we got something great going on, and I really think we'll be the mecca bare knuckle, just in Texas or just in the South. You will not find better talent. Guys are really seeing us dominate, and they're asking questions. A lot of boxers want to come over. A lot of MMA fighters. So, man, we're going to build it up, and we're going to keep growing, man. I look forward to the future with this bare knuckle.
Yeah, that's exciting to hear, and it does make sense. I'm glad that's being noticed by a lot of people because I feel like Austin has had one of the more seamless transitions into the sport, and I feel like the same could be said for you. I mean, you made such a relatively quick impact in a way, like as much as you've had like a few fights in a short period of time for sure, and you've been keeping busy. It seems like you made an impact almost instantaneously, and will obviously continue to do so. But just to say, it would seem like what you guys have been doing out there would really draw a lot of people in, like just I guess imparting other bare knuckle tips to that next generation of bare knuckle boxers or guys who are curious to learn more about the game.
Yeah, man, it's just the mindset you got to have. And like I said, I was coming off, my last fight in the UFC, I tore my ACL and MCL. And so, I had a lot of doubts and questions. My career wasn't done. And, man, I just had to talk to the wife. Whatever the wife says goes, man, because I'm a blue-collar Mexican. I'm a hardworking. I'm a father first. I got 4 girls I'm raising, man. So my 2 other boys, they're in college. And one of them's dominating college football right now. But like I said, man, I had that heart-to-heart with my wife. And I told her I'm not done. And she knew it. And she sees it to this day. She goes, man, as long as you don't go half-assed, you go do what you do, that I know what you can do, man, I'm all with it, man. So that's my biggest support system is my wife, Kim. And like I said, man, I got the fan base back. Texas is behind me. Everybody in the South. I got a whole Coach AJ down in Coach AJ's with the Savage Squad. We're down there in LA and Vegas. I'm part of that team too. So man, I'm just building my name, man. I look forward to really keeping growing and let's see what's next for it, man. 2025, I got goals, and maybe 2026, man. Who knows, man? Like I said, as long as I stay healthy and I'm dominating, you'll see me this game until I can't go no more.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to hear that. You always bring it in a big way. And I guess just even referring to, I guess, the immediate sort of goal within the purview here. Like, what are your thoughts on your opponent coming up here? Like, I guess just by virtue of it being a shift in the opponents, as we were talking about before, maybe you haven't got into, I guess, the nitty gritty, like, of breaking down what this guy does already. But, like, was there some familiarity of your opponent, Kamil Sokolowski, heading into this? Like, it seems like he's got that experience a fair bit on like the BKB circuit, like a couple of first round bare knuckle finishes and some experience in some other combat sports as well, predominantly gloved boxing, it seems
Yeah.
like. Like what are your thoughts on him? Like I guess what's the overall assessment of his skills and resume, etc.
He's a journeyman. He's a journeyman of the boxing scene. Very active. Didn't back away from no challenges. A guy that is willing to step up and fight, man. All respect to him for taking this fight, stepping up on short notice. But like I said, man, he's in my way, and the Hurricane's coming through. So, man, I really look forward to putting my style. I mean, can he match my style? I got that nitty gritty. I can get inside. I can dirty box with you, man. This ain't a boxing fight. Remember, it's a trigon. You come out and try to brawl with me, we'll get ugly real fast. You really got to pinpoint your shots with me and find openings. But like I said, we've been doing our homework on just anybody, man. Like I said, I fought one of the best in Gustavo, and I made some stupid ass mistakes, and I'm daily we're in there fixing them because you gotta you gotta know who you're looking for, who you're trying to get better. Like every fight, you gotta say it's the same platform in this trigon. Really, you can't do too much, but you just gotta know fix your movements, fix your mistakes, understand how to attack with the feints and find the openings. And but this fight, I plan to use my dirty boxing and capitalize off his mistakes. I'll probably catch him here in the second round. Gary Slater was about to go to sleep in the first round because that's just there's levels to this fight game. But I think this journeyman pretty tough. I'm really gonna be smart about it. Don't do nothing stupid. I'm going to the UK for this win and put on the show. So hey, if it comes early, it comes early. If it comes in the second, hey, either way, Hurricane's coming out, and I'm gonna put on a show, and I look to get rid of him too.
Yeah, well, I mean, your track record, again, I feel like that's the phrasing I keep bringing up a fair bit here. But I mean, it speaks to the fact that you do end these fights in the distance. I mean, you've literally finished all of your bare knuckle victories inside of the distance. So you're thinking within 2 rounds for this one, getting this guy
Hey,
out of here.
man, as soon as I touch him, it's different, man. Like I, I can crack with both hands, and like I said, and I can find openings. And it just I don't headhunt a lot. You will rarely see me throw overhand in this fight game. A lot of these dummies, man, throw overhand and bare knuckle, bro. You trying to break your hand? You're not gonna fight for a year, bro. Like pinpoint your shots. Like man, Coach Larry Crow down here, one of my best sparring partners. Just it's a loyal teammate of mine, but like we pinpoint our shots. We really look. You can't like man. Point is fighting. You like you want to fight again. Hey, I want to fight next month if I have to. It's just stuff like that. You can't come out there throwing bombs. Like I said, you're coming out throwing overhands, even in sparring. Like bro, that's desperation right off the jump. You don't trust your abilities. So you just come out throwing bombs and you're gonna get cracked with the uppercut or straight right. And I'll put your lights out. You throw overhand at me. So we'll see. I think this guy is gonna get in desperation mode and try to throw some overhands. It's gonna get ugly real quick. So we'll see. He wants to play the jab game. We can play the jab game. But hey, man, I look forward to doing my style. That's Hurricane style. Pressure kills.
Yeah, that is a wild move. I guess the timing is just kind of funny because I was hanging out with my brother last night and we were like watching some old fights from back in the day, and I put on that Keith Hackney Emmanuel Yarborough fight from like the third UFC event, and
Yeah,
similar thing to what you just said, like he bombs this big overhand right and makes quite the sound. And I mean, it dropped Yarborough, but then you see his hand after the fight and it's like 3 times the size of his other hand. So yeah, it doesn't seem like a good technique in that kind of way.
top of the head, hardest part of the body, man. You never do that, man. It's like guys need to go back. I'm an old school guy. You need to go back and watch Gladiators. Old guy with Cuba Gooding Jr. when they go and fight the head of the boxing. I don't know if you ever seen that movie where he tells the guy hit them dead in the forehead. He goes, the hardest part of the body, top of the head. Dude fucking shatters his hand. It's like, don't do no stupid shit like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, you've been in the game for so long. Like you've been boxing since you were, I believe, 8 years old. So I'm sure these are lessons that are well established for yourself at this point.
Yeah, man, I've been in this game a long time, and it's crazy. But yeah, like you said, you gotta be smart about it. Take care of your hands. Your hands are your weapons. It's how you work. It's how you feed your kids and your family. But like I said, man, there's no secret to my game, man. Pinpoint accuracy, speed kills. Yeah. I don't have to throw power. Just pick my shots. Just like Austin Trout says, man. Just pick them apart, man. The power will come. Really, just turn your shots over and really look to cut them up. And that's what I've been doing, man. I've been blessed so far, and I look forward to keep on continuing being blessed in this fight game. Like I said, man, BYB, we're making waves and we're growing. I think we are one of the big dogs. Yeah, we're not in these big arenas yet, but we're putting on a show. And I can't wait to get to the UK and really make a statement and represent the American brand of BYB and really show all these BKB fans what we're about, man. I think we're as a team all together, we can build something real good here, man. And like I said, Jim Freeman, the guy that's running things in the UK, he's doing a great job. He's a hustler. I love it. The guy that hustles out, wants to hustle the shows. Same thing with the guys here. Man, I'm with all of that, man. Let's go, man. There's no sky's the limit, man. Let's shoot for the stars.
Yeah, and that seems to be a thing too. Like there's such a great synergy with like not even just the BKB fighters coming over and having such a deeper talent pool, but even it just seems like the ownership teams of BYB and BKB have just like that good synergy. Like they have similar values or ways of, I guess, approaching the fight game even. So it seems like a fluid partnership from what I can tell. And it seems like you're kind of speaking to that also.
Yeah, man. And the way they did this merger, this buyout, bro, these fuckers are so quiet about it. It happened like that. I'm like, these little fuckers. I'm big with all of them. I talk to all of them. Greg Bloom, you know, Bloom's the guy I talk to when it comes to my contracts and everybody, and really getting my stuff right. But here we go with this, man. Like once this came about, and he hit me up, he goes, "I need you at the press conference. You're the guy that we need to be front and center." And I said, "Man, say less. I'm there for you." And I was. I mean, yeah, look at the press conference. I'm the guy that was talking, really set in stone, because I really do want these guys like me. Like I was the first one to say, "Let me go to the UK." Well, okay, let's get these UK fighters come to the States, man. Get your name, get your brand known, get your brand name. The only fighter I see that wants to come over here is Martin Maniac. He does that, and Conley, man, Conley, that dude out there in the UK, he's a badass, and he got something big coming up. I can't say, but man, yeah, Conley's a good dude, man. I look forward to what the future comes for him. And then we got LT down here in the States. LT's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say this before, but I think I segued to a different point. But I guess as you were talking about wanting that bridgerweight title as well, like, I mean, that would put you in pretty rarefied air just mentioning LT Nelson being the first
Yeah,
guy to become a two division champion in BYB. Like, I mean, if you were to do that with the bridgerweight title, that would put you in quite the rarefied air, as I said. So, yeah, cool stuff
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. That's the goal of fighting, right, man? Leave your legacy, man. Fuck all these individual goals, man. I want to leave a legacy. When I'm going out the game, man, mention my name and you're gonna talk about me. That's all it's about, man. Man, remember my name. That's all you can do. Like I said, so I'm a businessman. I'm looking to grow this business, and like I said, respects to these guys at 225, but I'm coming. I look forward to that, and that's the future for me. I got business to take care of elsewhere too, but man, that's my main goal, my main focus. Hearing this weight class being announced was like, man, I was like, well, all right, let's go. Like, man, I don't have to stress about fighting guys that are 6'5", 6'6", 300 pounds. Like really making my big ass, my old ass work. I'm like, wow. I, I can knock these 225 guys out one or two shots. I start fighting these 280. You got to make me work a little bit. That's the part game. It's part of the fight game. But man, I can't wait. I'm excited, man. Being born again, just being revived. You see the smile on my face. I really love this fight game, man. I don't have to fight. It's just something I love to do, man. I got a great job I do. But hey, as long as I get the okay from the family, I'm gonna do it, man. That's what I love doing.
Yeah, it really comes across, and it seems like by virtue of having those different outside options, it really allows you to like even more fully immerse yourself into the game, even though maybe to some people that thought might not make sense. But it just seems like by virtue of you realizing, like, hey, I've got this great family. I don't necessarily need to fight per se. Like, I have other opportunities. It seems like it just allows you to, like, in a way, like, very freely commit yourself to fighting. Like, I don't know if, like, what I'm trying to impart makes sense, but.
No, but big time, bro. It's like back in focus, man. Like it says, when we always say when you're training and you don't have that full support at home, you're gonna come home and you come home to problems. You don't come home. You come home to stress. You don't come home, man. Really, to the happiness, man. Of this game, and I know I've been around a lot of people, a lot of great fighters, but man, it's tough, man, because it's time consuming. Especially with me, I got a full time job and I train full time. So I miss time with my kids. But trust me, when it comes to off time, my family gets my full attention. There's no BS, man. So that's what it's about. Like just I go train, I come home, I gotta make sure I'm outside, teach my daughter how to ride a bike, pushing the little one. We're playing soccer. I'm everywhere, man. I got a daughter that wrestles. I got a daughter that does cheer, volleyball. It was nonstop for me, bro. But like I said, without them, there's no me. That's what fires me up. It's like, man, my kids are watching. I got to make the most of it. And let me tell you something about this fight game. My last fight, Houston, we got hit with the hurricane. We got hit with the hurricane pretty hard the week of the fight when I fought New Orleans. And it was kind of hard because I had to rearrange shit. I had to bring the whole family with me to fight. And I really told my wife after the fight, we had a heart to heart. I said I would never bring my little ones to see me fight bare knuckle again. Not only because I lost, but there comes a time where in this bare knuckle, watch me fight on TV because I really got to hit that switch and go to a place where I don't want to see those little ones see me where I got to go. I got to go and be this violent man. But at home, they think I'm just some big ass gentle giant to them. I'm the father, they think I'm just, my kids are they melt my heart, but they just think I'm just a big cartoon character to them. But really, when I fight, man, I got to go to that dark place, like Coach Bob Perez, man, hit that switch, go to that dark place where you got to go and make it ugly. And that's the thing. I'm moving forward. That's my goal, and my wife knows it. And I tell my son all the time, we have a heart to heart. Every always, text or talk about it. But yeah, that's the place I got to go, man. And coming forward, you're gonna see a violent Ike, but a crowd pleasing Ike. I'm gonna get violent, but be crowd pleasing. That's the thing about this fight. If you don't please the crowd, they ain't gonna remember your name. They ain't gonna want to see you again. So you got to make sure the crowd remembers your name. And here I go.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I think I remember remembering this from the last time we talked. And obviously, it's a different medium by virtue of what you're doing being like
Yeah.
live athletic competition. But like you were like a big pro wrestling guy. It seems like you're still into it, like peep it with your son certain times and stuff like that. I mean, that's a intrinsic component of that as well. Like if you're not giving the crowd what they want and kind of having that call and response dynamic with them and feeding off what they're looking for, it's just not gonna fully click. And you seem to really get that. Like obviously, like I said, different styles of expression and etc. But at the same time, maybe something that is borrowed from that or taken from that a bit.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, like I said, you got to sell the crowd. Like, watch Gladiator. Well, you got to sell the crowd, make them remember your name. But like I said, it does come into that wrestling does come involved. It's this is the older crowd. They want to see the violence. They want to see you talk. If you get on that microphone, remember, I made my wife go viral with the comments I said. But hey, I was just keeping it real. She didn't give me enough for 3 weeks my first fight. I said, when I get home, we're gonna tear that shit up because she was she was on board, but she was like, "Fuck, if you want to fight, you ain't touching me for 3 weeks. You're going to win." So yeah, having that first fight back, you really get there, and man, just get back on that win streak, and got to get that swagger back, man. And once I got it back, man, I was like, hell yeah, I belong here because that Biloxi crowd, my first fight, they just fell in love with me, and I just really said, "All right, give me the microphone, let's go." You give me a microphone, man, I'll sell the crowd. I can make it happen, man. I watched a lot of WWF growing up. I'll tell you, man. And it's funny because everybody calls me, always saying, "You crazy ass." I said, "Just don't give me a microphone. There won't be a problem. But you give me a mic, you're going to remember what I say."
Yeah, it's all about seizing whatever moment, whether it's in the body of a fight or when you
Yeah.
get the microphone. Like I feel like you just get it on all the different levels, man, which is why it's always so fun to chop it up with you. But I also do want to be mindful of the fact that you're such a busy guy and got so much on your plate. And I also want to let you enjoy the rest of your Sunday too, Ike. But I figured I'd give you the floor in case there was any kind of final parting thought you wanted to add as we're wrapping up here, man. I really do appreciate you making some time.
Hey, no, man, thanks to you, man. Give me the platform to really do this, and you, reaching out and really spread the knowledge of bare knuckle, man. More bare knuckle fighters need to be more active. You gotta when y'all reach out to us, you gotta say, "Hey, man, yeah, hell yeah, we're gonna do this." Because this is about, man. Really get our name out there, and like I said, man, I can't wait to get to the UK and put on the show, man. This is a bucket list for me, man. One of my bucket lists to be out there and fight, man. But my goal is to get to the O2 Arena, get BYB in the O2 Arena. If we can do that, stamp that shit. And that's what I want. But to my team here, man, Main Street Boxing, 4 Ounce Fight Club, Revolution Dojo, man, all my coaches, they know who they are, man. My sponsor team is one of the best, man. Represent, man, with the DS boys, man. David down to represent. Takes care of me with all my gear, man. I got Primo Mixed Michelada, which they got their own Hurricane brand, man. So you're a Michelada drinker, you let me know. I'll send you a bottle. We got our own stuff, man. Santi the Goat, Chilada Mix, man. GSI Global. Uh, my brother-in-law, and my sister, man. They're my backbones. Big thanks to them and everybody else who's been down with me. But like I said, you see what I'm a company man. BYB till I die, and I ain't going nowhere. They thought I'll go for the BKFC. Fuck no, I'm here. I'm here for the long run, and I'm gonna make this grow. And BYB, uh, let's try to get it to Texas. Texas, open your eyes and really let me live out my dream and put a bare knuckle event here in Texas and let me main event it. We'll see what happens, but going forward, keep believing in this because bare knuckle is growing and we are going to take over. And I look forward to being part of it. But like I said, man, thanks to you and man, I'll see. We'll talk after the fight, man. Like I said, November 9th, here comes the hurricane.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet, man. I'm stoked for November 9th, and I think that's a shared sentiment among all bare knuckle fans for BYB 33. This Kamil Sokolowski fight is going to be a heater. I mean, your track record speaks to that. I mean, I feel like it's impossible for you to have a boring fight, right?
Yes, sir, man. It won't happen. you see me ever have a boring fight? I'm packing my shit up and I'm going to ride off in the sunset. That's it. If I can't put it on the show, I'm gone. So as long as I'm able to put it on the show, I'm here for the long run. Like I said, man, thank you, brother.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of big stuff in the future, and that primary next chapter of the story as it keeps unfurling is November 9th. And again, thanks so much for the time. Thanks for coming on Bare Knuckle Bowker and giving such great insights, Ike. I'll be peeping the fight. But until then, man, you have a good rest of your day and all the best, man.
Man, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. You have a great